Okay, so we have made it to Module 5, where we are going to add assessments and assignments. So the first things we're going to do is build a test, a survey, and a poll. In addition to that, we are going to create an assignment. So there are a couple of ways that we can actually create assessments and assignments. We can actually access test surveys and polls from our course tools, and we can add and access assessments and assignments from directly within our content area. So we're going to go ahead and hover over assessments in our content area, which is our welcome. We're going to go ahead and create a test. And we're going to select create. And maybe this is our pre-assessment. Okay. And select submit. So here we can create internal questions. We can reuse questions, and we can upload questions. So we're actually going to create an internal question. We can create a true-false question. We can use either or true-false. Notice the question text is a required field. The question title is not. Okay, so users must always CAC into ELLC Blackboard. That is false. Users may also access ELLC Blackboard with AKO username and password. Alright, and this is the correct response feedback, and you can use the same for the incorrect response. You can assign categories and keywords, also topics and levels of difficulty. So for example, this might be login, Blackboard, easy, AKO. And you can add another one, CAC. You can also add instructor notes. You can submit and create another if you want to create an additional true-false question, or you can select submit. You can add an additional question using the option here. You can also add a question above or below your existing question. In addition, you're able to upload questions that you have created offline. So let's go ahead and create an offline question pool. We're going to open up an Excel sheet. I'll make it a little bit larger so you can see. And we're going to create several different types of questions. So we're going to create an essay question, a fill-in-the-blank question, a multiple choice question, a multiple answer question, a true-false question, an ordering question, a matching question, a short response question, a file response question, a fill in multiple blanks question, which is fill in blank plus, so let's go ahead and get started. Now, alpha column is going to be the question type. Bravo column is the question text. Charlie column begins your question responses or answers. All right, so we're going to go ahead and essay question. Okay, explain the need for an LMS according to the Army Learning Concept. An essay question, students will respond, so there are no predetermined answers. You will have to grade this question type. Blackboard will not grade this question type. Fill in the blank. And so I would add underscores to create the blank. And the answer is, of course, Maxinista. Multiple choice. And so here are correct and incorrect responses. So I'm going to go ahead and go over just a little bit so you can see what I mean. So what you have to do is you have to add the response and then in the subsequent column say whether or not that's correct or incorrect. So Elmer Fudd is incorrect because we can't understand him, right? Bugs Bunny is also incorrect. Daffy Duck is correct. And Goofy is incorrect because he's always tearing something up. Multiple answer operates much the same except there are multiple or more than one correct response. So which NFL team has the cutest uniforms? Some of you may want to choose a different question, but I think the Seahawks have the absolute cutest uniforms. That's correct. The Browns, absolutely not. I actually like the new 49ers uniforms. And another one, I don't like the Raiders. I think that those uniforms are boring. True, false. and this is going to be true. Ordering, so you're going to place it in the correct order and then Blackboard will scramble it for you. Matching, you can match the acronym with the term. So LMS is a learning management system. ELLC is enterprise lifelong learning center. BB is Blackboard. Short response. A file response. Fill in the blank plus is fill in multiple blanks. So if at first you don't, and then we need a bracket and a variable. Another bracket, variable. And so variable A is succeed. We have to skip, now we have to skip a column between the two variables, right? So variable B is again. I'm paying attention to what I'm writing to you and I'm not looking at the keyboard. All right. So now that we have everything here, we're going to save it, save as, and you can place it wherever you want. So I'm going to put mine on my desktop. And then I'm going to come down, and this is going to be a text tab delimited document. It's going to give me a little alert saying that some of my features may be lost if I save it this way. Do I want to keep using this format? Yes. The other piece of information I need to let you know is you cannot have multiple sheets. So for example, if you have Unit 1 test, Unit 2 test, Unit 3 test, you'll have to have separate and several workbooks, but you cannot have several sheets within a workbook. So we're going to go ahead and close that. And now we're going to upload questions. Browse. We have it on our desktop. We're going to search it. Here it is. I can decide whether or not I want to give it a certain amount of points. So I'll give it 5 points and select submit. Okay, so let's look at our questions. Here's our essay question, our fill in the blank, our multiple choice, our multiple answer, true, false, ordering, matching, short answer, file response, fill in the blank, or fill in multiple blanks. Then we're going to go ahead and select OK. You can also change your point value. So for example, if you want to give extra credit or update a particular point value, you can do so. Additionally, you can update all of your points or a few of your points at the same time. And select OK. So now we have our pre-assessment built. We need to go back to our welcome area, hover over assessments, select test, select pre-assessment, and select submit. We're going to make sure that we decide whether or not we want to show our test description and instructions to our students before they begin. Make the link available. Do we want to add a new announcement? Do we want to allow for multiple attempts? If so, how many? If we do allow multiple attempts, which one is going to go into our grade book? Do we want to force completion, set timer? Do we want to create a window, a password? Are there specific users or groups that are going to take the test? So maybe only the alpha alligators are going to take the assessment. Do we want to have a due date? What about students who try to take the test after the due date has passed? Are we going to allow that? What are the self-assessment options you want to employ or not? How do you want to show test results and feedback to your students, and when? How do you want your test presented? Do you want to randomize your questions? Do you want to prohibit backtracking? Make those modifications and select submit. Here's your assessment. Go to the next video for surveys, polls, and assignments.